Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Could Be Worse. My name is Tyler. This is Dom.
Hello.
How's my favorite Polak doing today? How you doing, man?
Your favorite Polak? I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. We just got done going over the numbers of our new hit podcast. 10 million views on the first episode. Not bad.
Yeah, a little lower than we were expecting, but we were going for 15, 20 mil, but we'll settle for 10.
Yeah, 10's all right. Not a bad start. Yeah, how are you doing, brother? You were not feeling so great after that J&J pack you got hit with this week.
Yeah, dude, I got the J&J vaccine on Thursday. This is Saturday we're recording this. And first of all, so let me describe because this is it was from start to finish a very disconcerting experience. So the morning of my vaccine, I hit up my therapy appointment.
Yeah.
And I told my therapist, I'm like, yeah, I'm real excited. I'm getting the vaccine later. I'm excited to put this pandemic behind me. And she's like, oh, which one are you getting? I was like, oh, J&J, just the one shot. And she's like, oh, I've heard they're having a lot of problems with that one. I was like, what? She's like, yeah,
Your therapist.
Yeah, my therapist, the person who's supposed to help, alleviate my anxiety was like
the person who's paid. Yeah, the person who's paid to make you feel better.
Right. She's like, yeah, a couple miles north, there was this mass vaccination clinic, and 10 people just keeled over after they got their shots. So they had to shut it down and stop giving the J&J vaccine.
Oh, nice.
She's like, apparently it's happening everywhere. And I was like, oh. And she's like, oops, sorry. Didn't mean to, give you a panic attack during our therapy appointment. But it's that was cool,
Yeah, that's very helpful information right before you get stuck with that needle.
Right. So I'm and this is 2 hours before I get the jab. So I'm like, all right, well, now I don't feel so fucking excited anymore, but whatever, still gonna get it.
Right.
So I hop in the lift, I roll up to the vaccine. It's a Target. It's a CVS in a Target, which was okay, it's all right, fine.
Yeah, grab it. That sentence alone, I grabbed the lift to the nearby Target to get my vaccine.
Right, we're already starting to not feel so good about this. So I walk in, I go up to the counter or whatever, and I'm told to bring my insurance card, my ID, all this shit. I go up and I'm like, hi, I'm Tyler. I'm here for my vaccine. They're like, you most certainly are. And then they just fill out my vaccine card and they hand me the CDC vaccination card before I get my shot. And they're like, you can't check in for another 15 minutes, so just hang out in the store and, whatever. You just find us when it's time.
What?
So I could have just walked away with...
They gave it to you before you even had it?
Yeah, they gave me the card before I got the vaccine. So I could have been like, thanks, and just rolled out of there and pretended I was vaccinated if I wanted to.
Bro, so many people would do that.
So many. And the only reason I didn't is because I thought of it afterwards.
Yeah.
They tell me, so I go back, I wait 15 minutes. I go back up to the counter. I'm like, hey, I think it's time for my point. And they're like, yeah. Go over to the fitting rooms and they'll get you sorted.
Of course.
I was like, what? Sure. And I was like, this is the pharmacy. I thought it would be administered by a doctor in this pharmacy. And they're like, no. You go to the fitting rooms. They'll handle you. So I go and literally it's just where you try on the clothes from the Target. If you're buying the off-brand Target shit. It's the fitting rooms where you try on the clothes. You're getting your vaccine and somebody's trying on a training bra in the stall next to you. So, again, not feeling great about the whole...
Dude, oh my God.
They got Billie Eilish singing about Satan on the loudspeaker, and I'm just standing there well, I'm gonna die. This is great.
Oh my God, dude, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
If that doesn't give you Blade Runner vibes, then shitty Blade Runner vibes.
And then so you have to, after you get your vaccine, you have to wait, I think 15 or 20 minutes to make sure you don't die, which is a fun.
That's the incubation period where they see if you die or not. Yeah.
Right. They see if your Wi-Fi is working. So there's people sitting outside the fitting room, just scrolling through their phones, seeing if they're gonna have blood pour out of their ears.
Right.
And I'm standing in line waiting to get my vaccine, and I'm watching these motherfuckers like a hawk. Because I'm if one of them starts seizing and they're just falling on the floor and dying, yeah. I'm all right, I got my card already. I'm turning and running.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had some leeches ready to suck that vaccine out at any given moment.
Right. So I'm just lasered in on these people who are sitting there, and they all look fine. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
And then there's one nurse who's like giving everybody the vaccine, and I see this other woman roll up with like just like her handbag or whatever. She's in plain clothes, and I was like, "Is that who?" And then she goes back into the stalls where they're doing the vaccines, and I was like, "Okay." And then she just takes out of her purse like a white coat, just puts it on over her like like fucking t-shirt or whatever.
Right.
And then she's like, "Okay, next." And so I'm like, "Fuck." Like, this lady's not even warmed up. The other chick's been doing them for like hours, so she's, muscle memory. I'm gonna be I'm popping this girl's cherry here. I'm the first vaccine.
Her vax cherry.
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that first one, her hand's shaking a little bit. She doesn't know the elasticity of the plunger yet. She's rusty.
She's not calibrated to the equipment exactly.
Also, she could just be anyone. If I walked in with put a white coat on and just said next,
that's
so
the thing.
many people would fucking believe it.
That's all you had to do. You could just walk in with heroin syringes and just be like, okay, yep, next, and just start hitting people with the fentanyl needle. But
bro, when I got mine, it was just a fucking cardboard box full of needles, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's very
It
janky.
was 2 boxes, one with used needles and one with fresh ones, bro. I was like, is this really the system?
They're like, now which one are the used needles? I always forget. Eeny, meeny, miny, you get this one.
Is this tattooed guy that you guys hired off the street really qualified to inject me with this? But I don't know.
Right. They're just pulling people out. They're like, catch someone dumpster diving behind the fucking Target. And they're like, you look like you know how to use a needle. Get in here.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's terrifying, dude. At least mine wasn't like this. Mine was differently scary, where it was just in a big fucking mega center full of people, coughing with masks around their chin.
This is a super spreader event. Yeah.
Yeah. Going to a Target deli fucking aisle, it sounds even worse.
Yeah, they're slicing cold cuts 15 feet from like the fucking syringes and shit. It's like, this is not giving me, this is an experimental drug. I am not feeling more confident watching somebody like, put a to-go sub order together. And it's like,
yeah, half the line is people trying to get vaccinated. The other half is just like people buying Jimmy Dean's with food stamps next to you.
Yeah, the people getting the lines confused. They take a number and they're like, "Oh, I just wanted a half pound of white American. I don't. I guess I'll take the J&J too. I mean, yeah. So
I wanted a 24 pack of socks.
Yeah.
And this old ass Halloween candy. Why are you shooting me up?
Yeah, the whole ride home, I was just like freaking out. I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking die. Like, just being an anxious fuck like I am.
Right.
And then, it was fine. About an hour later, I was like, okay, I haven't died yet. I'm probably good. And then maybe like 2 hours later, the side effects started hitting me.
Yeah.
It was just like I was tired and I was a little like a little headache. I was kind of out of it, but wasn't feeling too bad. And then I was like achy.
Normal menstrual symptoms.
Right. I thought I was just PMSing. And then I got to like maybe like 10, 11 o'clock, and I was just ripping because my mom was like, make sure you take Motrin and like, drink a lot of water. And I was like, cool. So just face 4 bowls and then sit on the couch and watch Hulu. Got it. So that was my medical regimen. And I was doing that. I was just, crush some food. Was just sitting there and like my back started to hurt. And I was like, what the am I like sitting in a weird position or something? I couldn't get comfortable. And by like midnight, I was just like, it had to be like 103-degree fever, dude. Like I was delirious. Like I was literally like tripping balls. I laid down. I was like, I'm going to try to sleep. I couldn't sleep. Everything just hurt like a motherfucker. And I was legitimately like on an ayahuasca trip, dude. I was having like closed eye visuals. And again, I was really high.
Yeah.
But when you mix that with an experimental vaccination, apparently you get like a pretty cool crossfade, because I was tripping, dude. And then I woke up the next morning covered in sweat, like the fever had finally broke. So I was like, I feel pretty good. Like it was very cathartic. Like I felt like I sweated out the demons or whatever.
Dude, you were just candy flipping off like pineapple Kush and J&J pack.
Yeah, dude.
Just absolutely crossfaded.
Yeah. I was.
Yeah, dude, you texted me. I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure I'm tripping balls right now. I'm like, what the
It felt like a nice acid trip, Like it felt like the morning after like not like a bad acid trip, where you have like a bad trip and you're white knuckling it, and then like you come down and you're like, okay, I'm gonna survive. It was that same feeling of like, hell yeah, dude, I didn't die.
Right. And you learned something from it. You learned that Pfizer is the best company in the world.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I went into a few, liquidated all my assets and donated them to the Johnson & Johnson Corporation.
Nice.
But, you know.
They'll appreciate that.
That was to be expected. It was in a little pamphlet. They said you might donate all your money to Big Pharma. That was a little asterisk they had there. So, to be expected.
Nice. It's a good use of money.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm happy to have it, you know, now that it's kind of over and done with.
Yeah.
You know, you want to know how like much of a degenerate I am? Is there was a period like before the fever got really bad when I was just fucked up off the fucking COVID and the weed, where I was like, this is kind of a nice combo. If I could take this recreationally, like maybe I would do it a couple times a month or something.
Would do again.
Yeah, I was like, this is maybe like a 4 out of 10, but definitely not enough. Like if they have to do a booster in the fall, I'm like, all right, you know,
Shoot me up.
throw on some Pink Floyd and get it popping.
Next time I'll pregame. I'll take some Molly before.
Yeah, let's do a little fucking candy flip. Yeah.
Just to warm myself up in the CVS line.
You're like, you guys got any fucking Percocet back there? I'm gonna get this cocktail going early.
Dude, we shouldn't be telling people that the J&J vaccine gets you fucked up, because, you know, so the few degenerates that might listen to this will actually do it.
Yeah, there's people that hear this and they just like they fucking go to their CVS. This is your third vaccine this week. You're like, no, they have a fake mustache on. They're like, no, I'm here to just do my part, public health, you know?
Yeah. You stopped selling me fucking Robitussin, so now I gotta take this.
Right. So, I mean, that was actually that wasn't my only brush with death this week actually either.
Oh damn, you've been dodging bullets all week, dude? What happened?
I've been living dangerously.
Yeah, do tell.
Week. So I did my favorite, my favorite pastime is to take a bunch of edibles and go for a run.
Yeah. I don't know how. You just like taking your heart to the absolute brink.
The thing is about like, aerobic exercise is that you want to be able to taste death, and that's how you know you're really getting the gains in,
You want to be so high that you feel like death is literally chasing you through this park.
Exactly. If you feel like you're literally running for your life, then it really helps you get your mile time down.
All right. I kind of see where you're going with. Okay.
You want to be like 250 beats per minute on the heart rate. That's the ideal like aerobic zone. From what I haven't really taken many classes on that or whatever, but from what I understand, you want to be minutes away from a major cardiac event in order to properly exercise yourself.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic advice. Yeah.
So I popped a few gummies, did like 5 miles or something like that. Was feeling good. And it was like a rainy day, and I got back to my apartment, and I just like sat. There's like this kind of like table, and like it's not a porch really, but it's just like in front of the building. And so I was just sitting there like scrolling through my phone or whatever. And all of a sudden, this thing, like just big beam, just falls down, bounces off the brim of my hat, and hits me in the leg. And it like fucking left a nasty bruise. I still got it there. But it was like inches away from just crushing my skull. But it just kind of hit the hat and bounced off, luckily.
Yeah.
Like the brim or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? And like, again, was baked as shit, so I was like terrified. I thought like the CIA had heard our first episode and were already trying to take me out.
Yeah, someone's throwing rocks already.
Yeah, I thought the Matt Gaetz camp was trying to shut us up, silence us.
Yeah. They wouldn't have to go that far. They like $50 would be enough.
Yeah. It's it's really they just say, hey, shut up. Here's $100. Okay, you got a good point. We're for sale, people.
Okay. All right.
Anyone listening, we are for sale. But anyway, I look up and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I see this dude like just sheepishly poke his head out of his window. He goes, so sorry, are you okay? I was like, yeah, man, like it's good, man. I hit my leg, like I'm all good. And I see this dude like he like looks terrified and he just keeps apologizing. And I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
And then I open the door. I'm like, all right, like this kind of ruined my relaxation. So I'm like, open the door, go back upstairs into the building and go back to my apartment. And I run into him in the lobby and he's just like baked as shit. And so apparently what happened is he opened his window to take a bong rip and a piece of the window just fell off and like hit me. And so he was just like terrified. And I see him in the lobby. He just reeks of weed. And he's like just profusely apologizing. Like, I'm so sorry, dude. I didn't know it was gonna happen. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, dude, I'm also baked. I'm a degenerate. I get it. I've been there. We're cool.
Dude, he thought he just killed someone. That would have been the first.
He thought he had, because I just went, ow, fuck. Like, because it scared the shit out of me. And like, it did hurt when it hit my leg.
Yeah.
So I just like, I had a really loud reaction. So I think he was like, oh, fuck. Like, I just killed somebody. Like, do I check? Do I go down there? Do I call an ambulance? Do I just like, they won't know if it's me. Like, if I don't do anything. Like,
you had this guy on the tip of your finger though, dude. If you ran into that lobby and was like, my son is dead.
You're right. Yeah, I should have fucked with him or something.
Absolutely shit his pants.
I should have just ran around the corner and just be like, oh my God, there's blood everywhere. Help, somebody help.
Oh my God, my leg. The guy from SpongeBob, my leg.
Yeah, dude. He would have had I would have killed him. He would have had a heart attack for sure.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
But I love those moments when like you're baked, somebody else is baked, and you both have this moment of like, man, we're just pieces of shit, aren't we?
Yeah, you make some red eye contact.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a little smile.
Yeah. So, hey,
Damn, dude. We almost lost you this week.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
So for anyone rooting for Dom to take over as the sole contributor to this podcast, better luck next week.
Yeah, that would be great, dude.
Yeah.
If it was just me talking for 30 minutes. God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what happened to me this week. Very little, man. Very little. I had a funny encounter with an old guy at the fucking clinic I work at.
No, let's hear it then. Let's go.
Yeah, I was I work as like a PT aide, so I help out like people with physical therapy. I just put on ice packs and watch old people do squats and shit like that.
Yeah, you just like stretch out old people's hamstrings while they, try to flirt with you. Do you ever get like grandmas who try to flirt with you?
Oh, bro, old ladies are the horniest fucking people on earth, man.
Right? They're crazy.
They're hornier than a 15-year-old boy. I swear to God.
You hit like 50, something happens in a woman's brain where they just become like incredibly horny. And it's specifically for like young dudes.
Yeah, they either go like the cat lady, like don't even think about sex route, or they just get super horny. Bro, I've had my ass grabbed by there was one specific old lady that would come in. She would she's grabbed my ass multiple times.
Yeah.
It's like very bizarre. I should Me Too her ass.
If you didn't like it so much, you'd be angry.
Right. No, it was kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie.
You banged her out in the supply closet afterwards. Just because she
yes,
got some miles on the odometer doesn't mean she still can't run, baby.
Those tires still got tread on them, man.
Oh yeah.
It'll get you where you need to go.
It'll be a bumpy ride, but you'll get there in one piece.
Oh Jesus, yeah. I'm glad I have this, so I could just talk about banging the old ladies I work with.
Yeah. She's gonna hear this, dude, and she's gonna come in with no fucking panties on next time.
But yeah, this one old guy, well, technically my coworker, another aide, was working with him. And we had March Madness on a projector, like on one side of the wall, so like people could watch.
Right.
Mainly just me sitting there pretending I'm doing something, watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, this old guy said, I can't watch basketball anymore now that it's just 10 black guys running around. And I was like, okay, all right. All right, I hope your knee replacement falls out, buddy.
Yeah. There's something where like, because you'll hear people like on the internet like, hey, America's a white supremacist country and all this stuff, and you're like, all right, like it's just
relax,
this is a lot,
Yeah.
And then you meet one of these motherfuckers and you're like, okay, I see how maybe those people could have a point.
Yeah,
because there's some like those old like I forget like. Not even boomers, like the generation before boomers. I think like the silent generation they call them or something like that.
Is that what I thought they were the great generation?
It'd be ironic if that was what they were. The greatest generation.
Ironically, I think they are, right?
Yeah, the last generation that was flagrant and openly racist. The greatest, aka the greatest generation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The generation of only white NBA.
Yeah.
Anything else that's happened this week? Any news shit? I haven't really seen much. I'm on this Twitter you told me to hop on, and I don't see any. I don't understand either the algorithm or I just like am not interested in this shit these people are talking about. Black Twitter's funny, dude.
Yeah.
I'll sit on there.
Yeah.
That shit is entertaining at least.
I did see one story that popped up on Twitter that was kind of funny. Well, there's the Matt Gaetz update of like he is in more shit now because like apparently he was Venmoing his pimp for underage hookers. No good. But the real
he was Venmoing Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah. There's just like Venmo transactions to Jeffy Epstein. Yeah. Not good. Bad luck. So he's going down hard apparently. And the pimp's like flipping on him.
Oh my God, just imagine buying a child on Venmo, dude. Jesus Christ.
Right. And like I think the captions too were like child sex trafficking ring.
It was just like
I'm pretty sure it was like public transactions.
It was just like the baby emoji and then like the wet signs. Yeah.
The eggplant. Yeah, the eggplant. Yeah. Just baby eggplant, the water one. Yeah.
You know the emoji that's doing like the light skin face where it's like biting his lip?
Yeah.
With the backwards cap.
The light skin face. Yeah, dude.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Oh man. But the other story I saw that kind of caught my eye was Caitlyn Jenner is apparently eyeing a run for governor of California because Newsom, the current governor, is being recalled because he totally fucked up COVID.
Oh yeah,
and so in November, I think, there's an election where like they vote to kick him out, and then the other question on the ballot is like who should replace them, and apparently Caitlyn Jenner wants to throw her name in the ring.
Dude, fuck yeah.
And here's the fun part. She is a hardcore Republican.
Oh, yeah. She's Trump gang all the way through, right?
Yeah. She openly voted for Trump in 2016. I think she like reneged on her support at some point, but like
I'm sorry?
Shut up. I think she was a Trump supporter in 2016, and then in 2018 she said that she no longer supported him because he kind of was like being anti-trans, I guess. Mm-hmm. But she is like she's running as a Republican. The person who's helping her run is like a GOP operative. So she's deeply entrenched in the Republican Party. So California now has to pick, do they want they have to pick between their love for historically oppressed groups and their hatred for Republicans, which should be interesting.
Dude, that is quite a fucking dilemma.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of purple-haired heads getting scratched in California. This upcoming election.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fucking wild, dude. Kanye and now her, like, is that whole family gonna just fucking run for president at this point?
I don't know,
or governor or whatever.
I was reading about it, and people say like she has because this is how Arnold Schwarzenegger got elected in 2003 was during a recall.
Oh, Arnie.
Because the interesting part is that
total recall.
She doesn't need more than 50%. She just needs to have the most votes. So theoretically, if there's like tons of people, because I think it's like just a couple $1,000 to get on the ballot.
Uh-huh.
So like there could be like hundreds of people on the ballot. So she could like win with like 20% of the vote or something like that. Because that's how Arnold got in office, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that how? That makes kind of way more sense. How Arnold Schwarzenegger was ever the fucking governor.
Yeah, apparently it was a recall, so he just got the most, but it wasn't like a plurality or whatever they call it. It wasn't over 50%.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally don't think, I think we went down the rabbit hole with the celebrity politicians before. Probably not the move.
Yeah, I think we could do better, certainly.
And here's the thing is that, like, I just don't think she's fit to be governor. And it has nothing to do with the trans thing. Gender, I think, has no bearing whatsoever on your ability to lead effectively. So man, woman, transgender, whatever.
Why do you have your fingers? Why are your fingers crossed while you said
can't
that?
see me. We're doing this over. Shh. Yeah, but I don't think that has any. I have no issue with that whatsoever. My problem with her is I have this rule of thumb for elected officials. Is like I don't like to vote for anybody who has killed or raped somebody. And you'd think that would be
Has she done both?
She's killed somebody. You'd think it'd be a pretty...
Oh, yeah, right. I remember.
Yeah, she killed somebody in a traffic accident. You'd think it'd be a pretty low bar, but lately, I mean, our finger-popping commander-in-chief's a good example. It's pretty hard to find people to vote for that don't tick one of those two boxes,
Finger-popping Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Pretty much all of them, dude.
Right. Like, you'd think, just no murder or rape. That's got to be a pretty easy. Nope. It like disqualifies like 90% of politicians.
What is going on, man? A few people put some signs on their lawn with your name on it. All of a sudden you have to go fucking wrist deep in some children, dude, or run over someone innocent. God damn, dude.
Wrist deep, dude. Fuck.
Was that gonna be a cutsy wutsy?
That's the clip for this week. That's the teaser clip.
Wrist deep in it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but man, it's wild out there. It's like, I mean, I'm sure people are gonna get pissed. We haven't really heard the reaction to the first episode yet, but I'm sure people might be pissed about like our apathy of like, hey, just check out. It's not worth it. Because some people think like, oh, you got to make the world a better place. But I mean, like, when both candidates, like, Finger Poppin' Joe did some bad shit allegedly, but also Donald Trump had an entire Wikipedia page dedicated to his sexual misconduct allegations. So it's really a rock and a hard place at this point.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Like,
yeah.
I know certain people like to think they're saving the world, but it's my version of a superhero doesn't pin women to a wall and stick their finger in their pussy. But again, that's just I don't remember the Superman comic where that happened. But
oh, that's a cut scene. That's a deleted scene.
Oh, is it? Is that from the? Was that in the Snyder cut? Was Superman cornering a woman in his office and finger blasting her? Was that in the Dan Snyder? I didn't watch the Snyder cut. So
yeah. And then it's worth buying the Blu-ray DVD for that, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's a smart investment, of course. Why not?
Oh fuck. I mean, other than that, I don't know what else has been the. I mean, King Arthur of the Round Table died.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Prince Albert. I don't. Prince
Philip. I want to say
Prince
Philip.
Charming. Prince of Persia. I don't know.
There it is. Prince of Persia.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. He's being replaced by Rob Kardashian. I've heard. Mm-hmm. Or am I getting my my reality shows mixed up?
No, you're right. That's I think that's like the succession is like it goes like the Queen Elizabeth, Prince of whatever, and then I think Robert Kardashian.
Yeah, Robert Kardashian,
and then Black China. If Rob kicks it, I think Black China is the next one.
Yeah, that would be the ultimate. That would be the final note of the English Empire. If Black China.
Yeah, they're just like Black China and Cardi B are going to be like the dual leadership of the royal family.
We officially take over England.
Because that's really how empires fall. And I think with like what we're seeing in America now, I think we're learning this is like, it's with a whimper, not a bang.
Yes.
Like it's not like, oh, there's this crazy like battle or whatever. And the whole thing just goes out in a blaze of glory. Mm-hmm. It's more just like, you just progressively elect more and more retarded people to lead the country. Yeah. And before you know it, like, you have like Rob Kardashian and Black China is like the king and queen of England.
That would be amazing, dude. Fuck yes.
In Rome, they just started like fucking each other in the ass and like electing
dude,
inbred people
pretty
as their
much
emperors, and then they got invaded and collapsed.
Yeah, apparently just marrying a series of sisters and then dying from the clap at like 24.
Yeah, because they're like most STDs just killed you back. Like your dick would fall off and you die, and that would just be like how you went out.
Well, that's why whores got such a bad rap back then.
Mm-hmm.
It's because you could die if you went with them. Now
they were catching bodies.
Now they're making $1 million on OnlyFans in a week.
Yeah, normalized sex work.
STD free too.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we should have. I think everyone should have an OnlyFans. I think should be a position. As I think every American should have to have an OnlyFans, and to sell their warm holes on the internet to lonely strangers. That's how we're going to build back better. That's how we're going to recover from coronavirus, is we're going to have mandatory OnlyFans accounts, and we're all just going to become, because we're already kind of whores. I mean, look at what me and you are doing.
I mean, we are absolutely whores, dude.
I think just posting pictures of my cock on the internet might be more dignified than what we're doing right now, if we really got down to it.
Honestly, yeah. It'd be much less embarrassing, for sure.
So, I mean, this is starting to sound, it was kind of a joke, but now I'm starting to really authentically get behind this idea.
Man, maybe I will just make an OF account. Why not, dude?
Yeah. Pop that pussy, baby. Pop that boy pussy.
Yeah, pop my bussy. Yeah, my bussy.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, so I think be on the lookout for our OnlyFans accounts.
Yeah. We'll add that to our at the end of episode plugs. Follow us on Twitter at the CBW Pod. Visit us online at thecouldbeworstpod.com and subscribe to Dom's OnlyFans at Polish kielbasa lover.
Polish hammer, yeah. You won't regret it. I promise.
You might.
You might.
You might.
Adios, people.
All right, peace.